Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel once again, Men's Graphics here. And today guys, I'm going to be showing you how to design a simple social media flyer using Photoshop. So without further ado guys, let's get started and let's start designing. So first things first guys, I'm going to head over to Photoshop. And then I head over to File, Create New. And the size I'll be using for this project is 1000 by 2000 pixels, true resolution and an RGB color mode. And the reason why I'll be using this size is based on the fact that this design is going to be posted on Instagram. So whenever you're designing any social media design, whether for Instagram, for Twitter, or for Facebook, it's actually advisable to make sure you're using it you're designing it in the square format, either 2000 by 2000, 1080 by 1080, or whatever works for you. So with all this selected, I head over to create. So we have our background layer right here, and one of the first things I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be filling this background layer with red, and to do that I'll head over to my paint bucket tool, and then I'll just drop that right here. And then I'm going to be adding an extra spice to this background, and I'll be placing an image that I'll be using like for an overlay effect on this background, so that my background won't just look plain like that. You know how it normally goes, so let me just do that quickly. Place embedded. And well, to remember guys, that all the files that I'll be using for this project can be found on the description. So just head over to the description. You'll see a link that will lead you to the folder where all these files are saved. The only exception that I'm going to make to this is that the logo won't be added. So let me just place this. This is social media doodles, and let me just place it to my workspace. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new layer on top of this. And then I'm going to use the paint bucket tool to fill this new layer. Let's just call it color layer. Okay. So I'm going to fill it with the same red that is in the background. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to head over to the blending mode. And I'm going to be using color. As you can see, it gave it this wonderful effect. It changed the color from black to red. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to actually clip this color layer to the social media doodle background. Create clipping mask. And then I'm going to merge these two layers together. So once we are done with that, I'm going to reduce the fill and the opacity of this design, of this particular layer. So let me just do that quickly. So for the opacity, I think I'll be going with 21. Okay. And then for the fill, I'll be going with 54. Okay, so I think it's looking nice right here. And then the next thing I want to do is I want to add the image of the model that will be in this design. So let me just do that quickly. File, place embedded, and then we have the image of this beautiful lady right here. Okay, let me just use that a little bit using my transform controls, and then I'm going to take it down just a little bit. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be adding the text that would be explaining what the design is talking about more. So let me just type in the text quickly. So let me change the color to white. And for the font I'll be using for this project, I'll be using Poppins. Okay. And then for my tracking, I'll be using -75. And then I'm going to set the values for my medium. Okay, let me use 60 for this to see how it looks. Okay, I think this is okay. And then let me change this T to a capital letter. And then what I want to do is I want to make sure that my alignment is at the center. So let me just do that quickly right here. And then make sure it's aligned. And then I'm going to bring it down. Then I'm going to duplicate this test layer. That's the test layer that carries the Remy media. I'm going to duplicate it by hitting Ctrl J. And then I'm going to edit this. Okay. So for this, I'm going to be increasing the tracking to 800. And then I'm going to reduce the size. Okay, so let me just reduce it using my transform controls. I think I need to change this tracking to 1000 to see how it looks. Okay, so let me reduce this once again. And then I'm going to select these two tests and I'm going to reduce it a little bit. Okay. Okay, so I think this is okay. And then I'm going to group them together. And I'll rename this group title test. Okay, so let me just make sure it's aligned once again. Make some adjustments to this quickly. Okay, so let me just adjust this. Okay, so I'm going to be adding another text to this area. That's the lower part of the lady. That's below her arms. So let me just add a text that will try to tell you what the Remy media is all about. Okay, so for the typeface that I'll be using for this test, I'll be using medium. Okay, so let me just put this here and then let me zoom in. Okay, okay, so I'm going to be adjusting the leading for this. Okay, let me just reduce this to 16. And then for the alignment for the test, I'll be using left alignment. Okay. So this is just a simple information. Okay, so I'm going to be changing the color of this text above here. Okay. Okay, so I need something brighter. Okay, so I think this is okay. Okay, and then I'm going to be adding some would like call it bullets, but I'm going to add in some small shapes at each different points. Okay, so funny videos, and then for the color, I'll be using the same color that I used for the test. Okay, so we have that funny videos, memes, and entertainment. Okay. So let me bring this down, and then for this, let me just adjust this quickly. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to select all these layers, hit Ctrl G on my keyboard, and then for this layer, I'm going to be naming it. Okay, let me just add this, and we just have all the contents of these lower tests right in this group. So I'm going to be renaming this group to okay, let me just add it features. Okay. Okay, so this is it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually shift it to this side. And then I'm going to reduce the size. So I'm just going to reduce this a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay. And we are almost through, but the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to select all these the title test group, the features group, and then the image of the lady, and then I'm going to increase it a little bit. Okay. And so the next thing I want to do is that I want to add the logo of the WhatsApp TV to the clothes of this lady, and I'm going to try my best to make it look realistic in a little way. So let me just add that quickly. File, place embedded, and we have the logo right here, and then I'm going to reduce it a little bit. So as you can see, it's not actually looking nice this way, but there is a quick way to solve that, and I'm going to be showing it to you guys as an added bonus in case of if you encounter this kind of issue. So we notice that the logo is looking off from the shirt of the lady, like we don't have the shadows of the lady's clothes on the logo. So this is the way to solve it in an easy way. So first of all, let me bring down the logo above the layer that has the image of the lady. And what I want to do is I want to head over to multiply. That's in my blend mode, multiply. And then for the opacity, I'm going to be setting the opacity to 80. And then I'm just going to reduce the logo a little bit. So this design is almost looking complete. It's just remaining for us to add some of the elements that are remaining to make this flyer look nice. So first of all, I'm going to be selecting the features test group and then the title test group. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to select both of them, and then I'm going to head over to convert this to a smart object. I'm going to double click in this box right here to enter the smart objects layer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to head over to image, canvas size. And then for my canvas size, first of all, let's change it to pixels. And then for my canvas size, I'll be using 8,000 by 8,000. And fair warning, guys, for those of you that will be trying out this design on Photopea, I normally love giving this disclaimer in my videos. If you're trying out this design on Photopea, make sure you don't increase your own values to 8,000 by 8,000. Photopea is not designed to carry that weight. So if you do that, it can actually crash your Photopea and then you have to start the design all over again. So if you're trying this design out on Photopea, you can actually use 3,000 by 3,000. It gives you the same effect. So instead of you stressing out your phone or having to crash your Photopea and then your Photopea starting again from the beginning, just use 3,000 by 3,000. So with all this selected, I head over to OK. And then I'm going to hit Ctrl S on my keyboard. And then once it's finished saving, I'll head back to the original document that I have. So just right here. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hit Ctrl T. And then I'll head over to this warp icon right here. And then for the warp effect I'll be using for this, I'll be using wave. Or I think, let me just try out flag for now. And then for the bend, I'll be using 5%. Okay. So this is looking nice right now. So I'm just going to take this below the image of the lady. And voila, we have it right here. And then I'm going to take this test up a little bit. So just move it up. And then I'm going to bring down the text and then the image of the lady. Okay, so bring it down a little bit. So I think this is okay. So now we are almost done with this design. So the next thing I'm going to be adding is the placeholder for the contact and the slogan of the WhatsApp TV. So let me just do that quickly. And so I'm going to create the shape. Okay. So let me hit Ctrl T and adjust this. Okay. So for the color, I'm going to be using this ash color we have here. So let me just switch it. Okay. So I'm going to be using this color we have right here. So I'm actually going to make the edges of this shape to be in a curved form. So let me just do that quickly. So let me just unpin this. So it's not as curved as I want it to be. So let me just see whether I can increase it to 100 instead of guessing and making mistakes. Okay, I think 100 is okay. So I think it's okay like this. Okay, so let's get on with adding his slogan and also his contact. And then for the size, I'll be using 10. Okay, so just bring this down here. But for the typeface, I'll be using regular because I don't want it to be that bold. And then quickly I'm just going to duplicate this, and I'll add in the WhatsApp number. So I'm actually going to move the Instagram to the left a little bit, and then I'm going to select all this, group it, and I'm going to name it contact. And then I'll hit Ctrl A. And what I want to do is I want to make sure this is aligned to the center. So let me just do this. And then I'm going to group this with the shape. And I'm going to name this down layer. Okay, so for this I'm going to group this together. And I'm going to name it model image. And then for the this is just the test. So I'm just renaming this to test and all that. So let's just zoom out to see how far we've come. And as you can see, the design is already looking nice, but we are not still done with adding finishing touches to this. So let me just do that quickly. So let's just zoom this, and then I'm going to be adding the QR code of the WhatsApp TV just by the side here to just create this uniformity and simplicity in this design. So let me just add it quickly. So let me just open this, and then I'm going to just select this, and then I'll hit Ctrl J, and then all I need to do is just drag this to my main document, and then we have this right here. Okay, so I'll hit Ctrl T, and what I want is I want to create guidelines using my rulers. And then I'll create a shape. Okay, so make sure this is aligned. And then I'll make sure the edges are curved. For my shape color, I'll be using white. And then I'll actually put the QR code layer on top of this shape layer. And then I'm going to reduce it. Okay. So I think my shape layer is too curved. So let me just work on that quickly by heading to the properties panel. And then I'm going to reduce this to 30. Okay, I think this is okay. And then I'll increase the QR code a little bit. Okay. Then I'm going to select these two layers and I'm going to group them. And then for the name, I'm going to be using QR code layer. Okay, and then I'm going to reduce it a little bit. Okay, so let me get rid of these guidelines. But first of all, let me just head back a little bit. Control Z. Okay. I needed to rasterize the shape layer so that even as I'm editing it, it won't get to change its properties when I'm actually using the size. So let me just convert it to a smart object and then reduce it. Okay. And then I'm going to remove these guidelines that I created. Okay. And I'm going to add a little bit of shadow to this QR code. Blending options. Okay. Shadow. So let's replace this. And then I'll hit OK. And we are almost done with this design, but I'm going to add in the finishing touches now. Okay, so based on the fact that this is the WhatsApp TV and um, we are trying to showcase that we are a home of funny videos, memes, and entertainment. And I don't think there is anything that can pass that message better than using the laughing emoji. So let me just add that quickly. Okay. So let me take this to the top and then get rid of these extra bubbles. Rasterize layer, and then delete, and then I'll hit Control T, and I'm going to flip this horizontally, and then take it to this point. Okay, let me just reduce it a little bit. Okay, and then I'll head over to Filter, Blur, and Gaussian Blur. And then for my blur radius, I think I'll be using 16, or just let me increase it to 17 to be on a whole figure. Okay, and then once I'm done with that, I'm going to duplicate it once again, flip it horizontally, and then I'm going to be adding it to this point. Use it. Okay. Okay. So for this, I'll bring it down to this area, and then I'm going to duplicate duplicate it again and then take it to the top. But this time around, I'm going to rotate it this way. Okay. So this is it. But I think I need to bring down the model image and then the text to just create a little bit of balance. Nothing much actually. Let's bring that down. Then increase this a little bit. Okay. Okay, so I think this is quite okay. So let me just arrange this, then group this together, and I'm going to call this emoji. So what I'm going to be doing at this point is I'm going to be adding an overlay image that will be adding more light and beauty to this design. So quickly, let me do that. So I head over to File, Place Embedded. So let me just place this quickly. And then for the blending mode, I'll be using for this, so we'll be using Screen. So what that does is that it takes out the black background and leaves these wonderful light effects or bokeh effects for you on your design. So let me just show you what I mean. So head over to blending mode and screen. So as you can see now, we have done it and it's looking very, very wonderful. This design is actually looking very, very good. So I'm just going to do the final part of this design. So let me just select all this layer we have here. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate all these layers by hitting Ctrl J, and then I'm going to transform these duplicated ones to a smart object. Convert to smart object. And then what I want to do is I want to head over to camera raw. So I head over to image. I head over to filter and camera raw filter. So now we have our camera raw right here. And okay, before we do that, I just want to remove these extra spaces that came out in this design. And to do that, I actually cancel this. And then I'm going to rasterize this image. And then I'm going to select my crop tool and then crop this. And then I'll convert it back to smart object. And do want to remember, guys, that all what I'm doing to this design, this particular layer, is not affecting the rest of the layer. I'm just doing this only on this layer to actually create an effect for the design, to actually make it more visually appealing and all that. So I'm not doing this to the main design. That's why I actually created the duplicate and rasterized it so that I'll be able to add additional effect to this. So let me just do that and head over to camera raw once again. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on the clarity, work on the sharpening, and also I'm going to add in a little bit of vignette to this, and I'm also going to be increasing the contrast for this design. Okay, so for the contrast, I'll begin with 30, and then for my clarity, I'm going to be going with, okay, let me just go with 20. So as you can see, the design is looking much more different and visually appealing than before. So this is actually what I wanted to achieve, to make the design look finer and more beautiful. So this is basically it, guys. We are done with this tutorial video, and it was amazing working on this project. And I want to really thank you guys for staying to the end of this video. So if you are new to my channel, I want to especially welcome you to Mez Graphics YouTube channel. This is a YouTube channel where we share Photoshop tutorials, how to design basic flyers, and all what's about Photoshop. So guys, welcome to my YouTube channel if you are new, and remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel and also hit the bell icon to get notified each time I drop a new video. And if you're already a subscriber, I want to especially thank you guys. Even when I wasn't available, you guys were patient, and I thank God I'm back and much more committed to create great content for you guys. So with that said and done, guys, Mez Graphics out. See you in the next video.